I'm not your dad. Do whatever you want.
I look up to you all physically and theoretically.
Let's take off the exclamation point. It just looks.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to be hearing him?
No, it's fine.
Are we supposed to be what?
Hearing him?
It's fine.
I'm just babbling.
Oh, okay. No, but I heard you now.
Yeah.
Support for Wrong About Everything comes from Minnesota's credit unions. Credit unions are locally based, member-owned financial cooperatives that return earnings to members through higher savings rates, lower loan rates, and reduced fees. Visit mncun.org for more information.
Everybody, welcome to another episode of the Wrong About Everything podcast. I am Republican strategist and Twin City Sugar, Brian McDaniel.
I am former Republican Senate Majority Leader Amy Koch.
I am Minneapolis culture correspondent Allison Nessie.
I am Democratic strategist and the Puerto Rican heat, Javier Murillo.
And we are
Wrong About Everything.
Can we hear Allison? You guys hearing Allison? Do it again.
You gotta get close. Eat the mic.
Hi.
There you are.
I heard you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just checking.
Yeah. It is.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the
This Timeline Sucks podcast.
The Minnesota Credit Union Network studios, deep within the recesses of MBC Studios here in Northeast Minneapolis. We got Clint on the couch.
Yeah, who's on the couch? It's Clint.
We got Clint on the couch. We got Gabe.
Wait, can you explain that? Because that
We just in the past we've said who's on the couch. We thought we'd have a segment
for our newer listeners.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, we thought we'd have a segment who's on the couch, but it's Clint who is my fiance. We're getting married October 4th.
Amy's affianced.
I am affianced.
And my
to
friend.
Clint.
And Gabe's friend.
And Gabe's friend.
And Gabe's
Clint.
friend. That's very important.
Yes.
It's very important to Gabe.
Gabe.
Gabe is in the other room, pushing the ones and twos, and I don't know what that means, but another podcast I listen to says that. So I want to sound smart. Please, hopefully you're watching us on the
YouTube.
On the YouTube.
That's what we call it.
Welcome.
YouTube.
Sounds better.
Javier's mom calls it YouTube.
An entire island does, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, I hope you're watching us there. Please like, subscribe, send it to a friend, send it to an enemy, send it to a neighbor, send it around because we would love for you to do that. Thank you so much. Also, want to thank our good friends at Bradshaw and Bryant. Their entire team of attorneys and staff is dedicated to providing the legal advice you need, combined with the service and personal attention you deserve. If you have questions about how they can assist you with a personal injury, wrongful death, or criminal defense matter, do not hesitate to contact them. Consultations are free. Please contact them at 800-770-7008 or at minnesotapersonalinjury.com. Before we get into the horrific events of today in Minnesota with the shooting at Annunciation Church in Minneapolis, it's kind of a cool event happening tomorrow that Amy and Javier are going to be participating at the Minnesota State Fair, the Great Minnesota Get Together, which I don't know that I'm going to get to this year.
Not even for tomorrow, for a very cool event. Thanks for the support.
Wow.
What?
One, I wasn't invited. Two,
To the state fair? You need a personal invitation?
To the great Minnesota get together.
when Amy is off gallivanting at the fair, somebody has to be there to do the work.
Okay.
And I have to make sure that I'm watching the people that are
Yeah, that's
So
why I'm
Alice
there.
is
It's not like you have
Exactly.
a store
That
where
is
you
why
sell
I am
knickknacks.
there.
Right. Just put a closed sign.
Yeah.
Just turn over the closed sign.
It's like Olson, like Nellie Olson's
Olson.
Oh, the mercantile.
the mercantile.
Yeah.
The Olson Mercantile.
I think more often than one would believe about when
Laura pushed her down the.
when
Because over Manly.
when Mrs. Ingalls
Oh,
went in
now I
there
know what you're talking about.
to sell
Little House on
eggs,
the Prairie.
and Nellie Olson's mom was going to give her less money for the brown ones,
Yes, that's right.
and I think about that quite often for
That is
no
the-
good reason.
Oh, I think about the big
I can see how
embarrassing
that
fight
made an
for
imprint
Laura.
on your life. I can see how that started some patterns.
There was the big
because the brown ones are worth less.
Yes, that's the point of your story, right?
No, it was just that I think about that.
Yeah, no, I know.
I wasn't even mentioning
No,
it in a racial way. It was in a
He's never
commodity
seen the
way.
baby
He
doll.
doesn't. He doesn't see color.
He's never seen the baby doll test.
Ma Ingalls was just always so patient.
In Europe, the egg yolks are very orange, which is, I guess, what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But it's jarring. It's off-putting.
I recently had some really orange eggs, and also an entire dozen with twins.
Ooh,
Each-
double yolkers?
Yes,
Yuck.
every single one. Like
That's wild.
Yeah,
Cursed.
there's some nuclear plant.
Is this what the podcast is now?
Yes.
Little House
We're
on
just
the Prairie.
avoiding our horrible
Egg talk.
timeline.
We're just doing we're talking about anything.
Anything else other than reality would be great.
Okay, well, so tomorrow, thank you, Brian. Javier and I will be on the stage, the NPR stage, for folks that are going to the Great Minnesota Get Together tomorrow at 10:30. They're calling it a low stakes debate, which I guess is better than a low energy debate because
They're calling it a low stakes
that's
debate?
how they're promoting it.
That's the most Minnesota thing I've ever heard in my life.
The hell?
They
The
want
hell?
That's what I felt.
They
I
want
was-
people to tune
You
in.
didn't promote the. Okay.
Promote the what?
Well, they sent around a link for us to promote
To
low
me?
stakes debate.
Because they've been communicating with me through you.
I know, which is also
So I'm like now doubly insulted.
I feel like
so,
it's- I'm your
come to a
agent.
low stakes debate, but
literally, and then we'll all have pie after.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
well,
worry.
we'll zip it up for you,
In a
folks.
time where stakes couldn't be higher.
It's going to be an hour-long debate starting at 10:30. We would love to see you there.
What are we debating?
I just think everything.
What does that
I
mean?
don't know. I don't know.
Okay, all
Is
right.
it hot dish or casserole?
There's going to be some hot dish recipes.
Yeah.
So bring them.
Wild
Should
rice?
the brown eggs
Yeah,
worth
but
less?
come see the low stakes. That's who is their marketing person? Come see our low stakes debate.
It's,
At the
high,
State Fair.
it's always high stakes with us.
This
Yeah.
is what happened when they lost all their funding.
They've resorted
Marketing
to
goes, "Well,
That was the first thing to go.
that.
And
is
it shows.
There you go. Ugh,
All right. So anyway,
That's
come
out of the
anyway.
come anyway.
You're probably going for the cheese
We'll
curds.
try to
Stay
make
for the
it-
NPR debate.
We'll try to make it as high stakes as possible.
Go see the butter sculptures across the street.
Yeah,
and
what
then
a
go see-
lovely day that would be.
Yes.
Did you see that somebody stole the butterflies from the butterfly?
Yeah, somebody got
enclosure?
busted stealing butterflies from the butterfly house.
Which of
What do
all
you mean?
things-
How can
I don't know what's happening.
did they catch some and
I
then don't they
guess.
sell those?
The butterflies?
Yeah, I don't know. What do they do?
No,
with those
no, no.
butter-
You walk through and then they land on you.
Yeah, you're just.
Maybe they really liked him and he just walked out with a bunch.
Right, he wouldn't know if they were on his back.
Yeah.
I'm implying nefarious intent.
Yeah, apparently he had a sack.
Oh, look, there's the headline.
Yeah.
2025 low stakes debate from NPR. Because even in an election year, everyone has an opinion about everything.
You know,
okay.
when
all
I
right.
think of 2025, I think low stakes.
There is nothing low stakes about 2025 or
Nothing.
this debate tomorrow.
Just us. Just us.
It's not going to be about hot dish or eggs.
All right.
Okay.
Let's start talking
All
about our horrible
so,
timeline.
if you're in Minnesota, I'm sure you're painfully aware of what happened today. If you-
Nationwide, people are.
If you are
national-
listening,
internationally.
yes. If you are listening abroad or in another part of the country and wondering why flags are at half staff, which they were ordered to be by the president, we had a horrific school/church shooting in Minneapolis, Annunciation Church, which many of us at this table, let alone in the Twin Cities area, have connections to. I have a family member who grew up there, went to school there, church there. I've been in that building many times, and I believe Javier has been there as well.
I've been to funerals there. I've been to baptism there. it's a church that a lot of the members of Local 26 who live in Richfield go there. I've worked with that church to be a sanctuary for on immigration issues. I know that church very well, and so this morning when I heard the news, like it's just unbelievably horrific. And I was saying earlier, like it feels like someone is it specifically in Minnesota is scripting a freaking horror movie, and like I want out.
But it's not even a well-written one.
It's terrible. It's yeah.
Not to trivialize it at all. I mean,
It's just everything is worst case scenario.
It's as bad as it could be.
19 victims, 2 children who died at the scene, 14 other kids ages 6 to 15 were injured as well, and 3 adults in their 80s who were parishioners at Annunciation and were attending Mass. That's coming from Caroline Cummings.
Yeah, so a 23-year-old man from Richfield is what is being reported. While the children for Annunciation started this week, and as a part of that, if anybody you've gone to Catholic school, you know that weekly Mass is a part of going to Catholic school. This is a K-8 school, and so obviously Tuesday must be Mass day, and so the children had all filed in for Mass around 8 a.m. As school started, and
I believe today was the first day. It's Wednesday.
Wednesday, and it would make sense that they would start off then with Mass as well.
Yeah, it was back to school.
And this man knew this. His mother had apparently worked at the school, and
No longer did, but
had worked there. Was part of a Facebook post, and clearly, if this is the person. And it does very much seem to be the person. He had drawings of the church. He posted a video, which is horrific. I do not recommend going to see. But he very much intended to go to this church and murder children.
There were
That's it.
messages written on the gun, messages written on the ammo. This was
What did the message say?
like
Really
fuck
horrible.
Trump. And
Kill Donald Trump. Fuck. Who's your God now? Or where's your God now?
Oh yeah, it's as bad.
It's as bad as it can be.
Because when I heard about this morning, I made the mistake on a tweet of looking at the comments, which you should never do. But this is before we had any information on it, and of course, people were jumping to conclusions, saying, "Well, I'm sure it was a trans person, and I'm sure this is." And I got very angry. Like, why would you assume that? And then I got furious when it was true because it proves those people right.
Let's be clear, it does not prove them right. Because if every time there was a shooting, the identity of that person caused us to say that whole category of people are responsible, then we would have locked up all white men a long time ago. Because it's just it's so horrific. Like, we are in a point in this society where violence is just so routine that and in Minnesota especially, we are like that we had an assassin who's an abortion an anti-abortion extremist and far right Christian and now this, and it.
It's like this is the other side of the coin, and both of it is awful.
Yeah.
It's just horrible. I don't even. And I said it then, right? I said it with the assassinations. Like, people, please, like the rhetoric, and you get these. This person is obviously deeply disturbed. Like I watched the video for as much as I could stand.
Because they were.
Right. He killed him. He killed himself, and he messages that in the video. So this was someone who was extraordinarily unhinged, as was our assassin. And yet they find, and I think it's part of their delusion, right? They find a political motivation for what they're doing. He somehow thought he was making a point. He even at one point he'll stop and in between he'll go, "Oh, here's a bunch of bands I like," and he'd show that in his notebook. I mean, he was just like trying to, I don't know, trying to be somebody, trying to message something. I don't even know, but he was a murderer that killed children.
Big moment. Yeah, this is how he thinks he's going to get famous. We're purposefully not saying his name. And for those of us who sent kids to school today, which I did, my daughter started her sophomore year of high school. It's just particularly jarring because this was not a crime, a massacre of convenience. This was very intentional to go to this Catholic church / school and to kill the people that were there, the students, and then the people who were praying. They were murdered as they're praying in a church, and this monster did it purposefully and with glee.
Yeah, and I mean, and there was another shooting last night.
Right, Cristo Rey.
Cristo Rey, Jesuit high school, not far, just 20 blocks north of, also in South Minneapolis, and it's. I was thinking a lot about it today.
Not linked in any way,
not
though,
linked
right?
in any way.
That was
Sorry.
personal,
yeah.
Right? That was
yes.
They knew each other.
Yeah. But just the safety of schools. I was 9 when Columbine happened. I've never really known a world where school shootings didn't exist. Obviously, they've come a lot more prevalent, and the kids today and my friends sending their kids to school every day are terrified. And the fact, that they had a reunification zone already planned because there was already a plan to be implemented for something like this. And it's just, I'm sick of it, but I'm sick of being sick of it. I was just getting my hair done, and I was talking to my stylist about it, and she's like, she as a mother and just a person is furious, and she's like, "What can be done? You work in politics," and I was just like, I don't know, because is it safety? Is it less guns? Is it both? Like, I don't know.
Is it mental health? Is it
everything? And it's just overwhelming. And it's overwhelming to talk about today because we have not had a lot of time to process it.
No. This is not the last time we're going to talk about it. I'm sure it's going to unfold over weeks.
And it's, there's the 2 children that have been killed, 8 and 10. We do not know names yet. And then it's unknown exactly how many of those 17 injured are critical. They haven't.
Some of them.
Some of them are. But even and all of that, I think about, first of all, what those children witnessed this morning.
Yeah.
The trauma for every single child in that church, for every single person, but the children in particular. You could see like the haunted looks on their faces as their parents came to get them. Yeah. I think about their parents who heard this on the news and had to run down there. And I thought about with my own daughter. Like, I can remember there were times like once or twice where maybe I was in the grocery store, right, and she ran down another aisle and I couldn't find her. And for a minute or minute and a half, there's just like, any parent knows, like, there's just this, like, you're just scared, like, where are they? Where am I going to find? I got to go find them. And that's just a small taste of what those parents knew going to this reunification center to try to get their children. And I just think about all the sadness and the pain and the trauma and the fear that happened this morning at Annunciation. And something has to be done.
When you think about the number of children in this country who have witnessed things like this,
crazy,
who have just
Gabe, I think we can hear you in the back a little bit.
I saw you. I was like,
hey Gabe,
Gabe, we can hear you.
Gabe,
we can hear you.
Clint, he goes.
Tell your friend.
That's why Clint's here.
Sorry.
can you still now?
Yes.
Yes.
People do.
Yes.
The whole time.
All right.
Well,
That's why Clint's on the couch.
Thank you very much, Clint.
we'll edit all this out. And then a reminder of the last horrific thing that happened in Minnesota. But, positive. Senator John Hoffman, who was the senator who was the attempted assassination against him and his wife. He spoke to the DNC.
Right.
Which is the DNC is meeting here in Minnesota this week.
So that was supposed to be what we were leading with, and
Yeah.
it was going to be like a triumphant little bit of good news coming out of darkness, and no, we just entered different darkness. But for all of us here know John Hoffman very well. All of us consider him a friend, work with him, and closer to him than just a regular legislator. And it is a flippin' miracle that he could be shot 9 times, his wife could be shot 8 times, and both of them are up and around. Both of them are conversant and able to carry on. And it was we were just out at a conference in Boston, and John had a video that we were able to see for that conference, and then he was live and in person at the DNC here in Minnesota, and he looked great for everything that he had been through, and it makes me just very, very happy that he is not nearly as impaired as he could have been.
It's unbelievable.
It's
The number of bullets he and his wife both took.
17. It's
insane.
insane.
And that they both walked out of the hospital. It's
and one thing too, and I know this is something that the Hoffmans are very, very sensitive about. That their daughter.
I was going to say, and Hope too.
And Hope, their daughter
no
was there.
Hope erasure.
Yeah, their daughter was there as well and participated in as much as anybody. And yeah, I just think.
Well, it was Hope that called for 911 and probably saved several
lives.
other legislators' lives. That's
Many
right.
lives.
So glad to have you back, John.
Yeah.
Never been so happy. I had a Facebook memory pop up today. It was a year ago for the Hortman golf tournament.
Oh,
And so
my gosh.
And boy, that hit me like a ton of bricks. But it was good to see him.
Last night there were special election primaries in Woodbury and in the Buffalo area.
Oh, I completely missed that.
Yeah.
Right.
And it went chalk. The two endorsed candidates, current Representative Amanda Hemmingson-Yager won the DFL primary. The Republican was not challenged.
Michael Holmstrom.
Well, then no, but then up.
Sorry.
Up in is that 19?
No, it's not. I think it's 30 now. Or 29.
30, yeah. Was it,
29. District 29.
Did it used to be 19?
It did. Was when I was there. It was 19. Yeah, it's 29 now.
Anyway, Michael Holmstrom, who had been endorsed, he did have Republican challengers. He won handily.
Yep.
So
it's like 60%, and then. It was just was unsure in Woodbury. Representative Hemmingson-Yager had the endorsement, but she ran against another seated rep,
Yeah.
Ethan Shaw.
Yes.
But she won like 80-20. It was a pretty route. It was a route.
Not close.
It was not close.
But that
So that's for the
means
Senate seats.
another special election.
It does.
Because that House seat will be vacant.
But that won't happen probably until January, right? Because her official seat will not be vacant until she wins the election and swears in.
if she wins the election,
If she wins the election.
probably leaning that way, but
Yep. So if she wins the election, she would not win until November and then be sworn in January. So I think the special election, then the seat would be officially
Probably
empty then. Anyway.
Fear not, though. Legislative session starts February 17th. So
Right.
we will not have a repeat.
Right.
Hopefully.
Wow.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yep. And then, Holmstrom, the next Senate district, the next Buffalo senator.
just keeps getting better.
Hey.
For those of you who don't
Impossible.
know, that's
Impossible.
That's in large part the district that Amy Koch.
That's right.
Once upon a time, long time ago,
A long time ago.
long time ago, in a county far, far away.
Frankly, I was shocked to find out you guys weren't related because every time we talk about Buffalo, she's like, "Oh, that's my aunt. Oh, that's my cousin."
Yeah.
Which I love.
it's true.
I love it so much. As an only child with no cousins, it's foreign to me that a whole community.
Right. I have like 100 first cousins.
Yeah.
I have three.
None.
I have three
None.
first cousins.
No, my mom had 10 children in her family. They had 7. And they all had they're all Catholic. So they all had 7, 6.
Oh my mom has 7 siblings and my dad 5.
Yep. Amen.
And they all have kids.
Yeah.
So I can't even count how many cousins I have.
No, it's so many, right?
And then they were of an age, like my mom was the youngest, so some of her nephews
are her age. Same with my dad was the youngest.
And so some of her nephews and nieces are my cousins. Is that right?
Yeah, they'd be your first cousins.
They're my first
but their
cousins,
kids are more your age.
But they're more like aunts and uncles. They're that age. Yeah. So then that explodes the number of cousins right there.
You must be Catholic.
A little bit.
A little bit. That's the mark of
foreign concept to me.
Yeah, the Lutherans here.
Yeah, the Lutherans
don't nearly
here.
have that. In fact, she and I went to the same church growing up.
We didn't stick around for too long.
I'm a few years older than her, but
Could be my dad.
I could be your dad, and not just because your mother is so beautiful.
Oh, she is so gorgeous.
She is so beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, that's weird.
I know, right? She's like pimping her mom.
Mark, if you're listening,
And he's into it.
yeah, well,
She's stunning.
Yeah.
It's an objective statement.
yep,
She is beautiful.
she's
Does she listen to the podcast?
She's listening live right now.
Oh,
Yay.
jeez.
Hi, Mary.
I'm so sorry, ma'am.
Oh yeah. I'm
Don't
so
ma'am
sorry.
her.
We're talking about how beautiful
ma'am that
my mother
vision.
is.
Don't ma'am that vision. Anyway, Miss Maple Grove.
So
anyway.
wait. So last week,
This was wild. So
last week,
you broke the news.
I
before
broke the news.
anybody. So
I did not realize
there
I was
a
breaking the
reversal.
news.
We should explain. So last week, in the middle of the podcast, Javier was zooming in, and he says, "Hey, breaking news." They've overturned the endorsement. Remember, the city of Minneapolis had a big endorsement at their convention, first time in 20 years. It went for Senator Omar Fateh, and there was a challenge to that endorsement.
And
the
this was
entire
from
convention.
Mayor. I can't remember if you said
Yeah,
that.
this was from Mayor. I'm sorry. So the Democrat DFL party went in and had a conclave or whatever it is, and decided to
the Catholicism is
like
too much.
negate. They said that they found too many inconsistencies, and they said the endorsement doesn't count. What's strange about it is that Javier announces it in the middle of last week's podcast on Wednesday, and
It
then
didn't come out until Friday.
It didn't come out until Friday. Thursday it starts trickling out. People start telling me, "Hey, I think it happened." I was like, "Yeah, it happened. You heard it yesterday."
I honestly,
What color smoke did you see?
I honestly
He saw it immediately and reported.
I mean, I won't tell you how I heard because but it was not like, hey, here's some top secret stuff to not share with anyone. I just got a text. I'm like, hey,
Well, I'm
looks
on the
like this
air,
happened.
so I'm going to read this.
So I also I'm trying to.
So I will irresponsibly break any news. Just tell me, folks.
No kidding.
I know. So then it's like comes out Friday. I was like,
Yeah. Just like,
Javier told us that on Wednesday.
yeah.
Yeah, I got a text on Wednesday as well, and it said, "News going out on Friday. Please keep it under wraps."
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Yeah.
somebody didn't complete the text.
So here's the thing about for me on this. Like, so one, I say this again. I support Dwayne Davis for mayor of Minneapolis and no one else. Two, this decision is bullshit. I'm sorry. Like it like the problem with and there's a great article. So you know how I'm certain it's bullshit because the person I talked about was Julie Blaha, state auditor. Julie Blaha.
That's who told you about it?
Who is no, she's not
No.
the one. No, she's
I'm
not
just
she's not the one who
clarifying.
leaked.
She's
not
the
one.
leak.
She's not the leak.
The blotted.
But she is, as if you know her, you know she is the most parliamentary procedure sort of like person there is, and there are a couple things that she pointed out, which is all, and they're also pointed out in this article in a blog called Drinking Liberally, Steve Timmer.
Was the blotter at the convention? Is she a Minneapolis? I don't know that.
I don't know if she was at the convention,
Oh, okay.
but the point is, like, I know what she read the report. So there was an early vote that did not that they found later had like missed a whole lot of votes, and that had those votes been counted, that Dwayne Davis would not have been dropped after the first ballot.
Okay, well, that is a problem.
Well, except that there was a motion that was known in real time, and there was a motion on the floor to redo the first ballot, and that motion failed. And so the rules of parliamentary procedure were followed correctly, and the body decided to not redo the vote, and they went on to the next one. The other thing about that is that who's not complaining about that is Dwayne Davis. So the actual injured party, but the primary thing that Julie was taking issue with, which is also in this piece by Steve Timmer, is so the report starts out saying, contrary to the position of the challenge parties, that's Fatah's campaign, there is no requirement in the CBRC rules of procedure or challenges, or in the DFL official call challenges, page 30, that challengers must establish that a proven allegation was of such significance that an outcome would have been materially different had such a proven violation not occurred. First of all, that actually is in the call. That is the standard. That is also the standard of Robert's Rules of Order. And the reason being, and so what she's pointing out is that if the error doesn't have to be one that would have overturned the results.
No, it doesn't have to be.
No, but then if it doesn't, then literally any endorsement can be challenged. On because what is the standard? That is the standard, and it actually is in the DFL call as well on page 1 of the party's website. So it's such a damn embarrassing thing. I think this is incredibly embarrassing to the party. It got national news. It's embarrassing for the new party chair, who I honestly don't believe that if Ken were still chair, that Ken and I
Best friends.
No.
You've had your moments. Let's say that you've had your moments.
I mean, that's. So I guess, yeah. Anyway, no, I don't dislike Ken, but I'm not sure that's reciprocated. But
that goes for a lot of people.
The self-reflection that's going on here.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in politics that don't make. I cry every night about it. But Ken was actually really good about he was sort of like remember Pope John Paul is going to keep the Catholic. How he would give something to the conservatives and then give something he would
JB2. Yep.
he would canonize the guy from Opus Dei the same moment that he canonized Archbishop Romero. So he'd give something to the liberals in the church and something to and Ken was sort of like that, like Pope John Paul II.
Wow, that is high praise.
Right.
He's also Catholic, so
clip it
maybe
and send it to him.
Yes. I'm gonna mend those fences.
Well, I know for a fact
that's a good way to do it.
Members of his family do listen, so they will be able to report.
Well, good. Hi,
so
Jen.
Ken is
I would.
the JP2 of Minnesota DFL.
Hey, it worked.
As a Minneapolis resident,
Congratulations on your city.
the only Minneapolis resident, I hate caucuses because a lot of
Were you there that convention that day?
This convention? No.
Yeah. Oh.
No. I love myself and
My self-care for that day was to not attend the convention.
I did go to a caucus in 2018. I went to my precinct caucus, and it was an awful experience. There were probably maybe 42 people in the room specifically, and the majority of which were non-English speakers, and someone in the room who knows the caucus process really well, because I know him as a DFL operative, decides to do walking sub-caucuses in a room where people and the majority of them were there for one candidate, you could see, because they were wearing shirts, and it got to the point where if I, the white woman, wouldn't have said hey, this
Right.
caucus for this person, they would have been completely shut out of the process. And I was like, this is
bullshit.
Well, this is how I feel about the
that's-
early primary. I feel like the caucuses, the fact that you have to do trainings to get people to participate in caucuses, to get to be able to participate in these conventions. The democracy is not meant to have a training program. Then it's not democracy.
This is not democracy. This is party. This is
just
stuff. And then I went
It's too
to
easy
my
to control that process.
Yeah, I went to my district convention. This is all in South Minneapolis. I went to the district convention, and we were there for 12 hours. But because 3 different physical altercations and fights broke out. We had to stop. We had to all leave. We had to get re-credentialed. That happened 3 times.
What ward are you?
I was in.
What Senate district was that?
It got flipped.
Who was
62?
What were the campaigns that were fighting?
This was Hodan Hassan's first year. It was an open seat when Karen Clark. No, it was either Karen Clark or Susan Allen. Sorry.
Okay.
They flipped when redistricting happened. So it was an open seat. So it was 3 different campaigns. It was awful. And I just think the whole process is shit. And I think what happened, the city convention was an absolute mess.
Shit show.
Regardless of parliamentary, I know that. I know I hear it. But it is absolute bullshit. And every campaign goes there trying to block the endorsement. And if that's the purpose of people spending 16 hours in a room on a Saturday in July.
So I agree with you that this is the flip side of it. It's like to say that the thing should be overturned because it was a shit show is like it was a shit show because it was a convention. That's just saying it was a convention because that's what they always are. And in this instance, the Fatah's campaign actually had the votes, and so they went there for an endorsement, and they got an endorsement because Jacob's campaign couldn't count, and they tried to do a quorum call and they did not have pizza. Yeah. So it was not successful.
You didn't have pizza either.
I did have pizza, just not enough.
Not enough. You had a few slices.
I had a really good point that I just forgot.
Sorry.
Well, and interesting, while they were waiting for the final result, they quickly, I don't know who they are, but they quickly sent out mailers that make it seem like Fateh was endorsed. So.
He was endorsed. They sent out mailers.
And
he got the party endorsement that day. That's just true. Wow. That's just true. And and it wasn't undone until weeks later. This is so frustrating because I do not support him for mayor, but this is absolute bullshit, and it is turning around. He had a very diverse coalition of people behind him. I honestly do not think he would make a good mayor. That's not why I'm defending him. But you can't have different rules for different kinds of people, and that's what's happening.
I remembered my brilliant point.
Okay.
Thank you.
Does it have to do with Catholicism?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
I've been reading Thomas Aquinas, and I'm ready to opine. So we have a woman on our team. We joined our firm in January. She came to us from St. Louis, where they have ranked choice voting. She was shocked to find out that we have both ranked choice voting and endorsements, because she's like, when we adopted ranked choice voting in St. Louis, we got rid of it because of the whole stinking argument that it makes it so much more non-contentious, and people have to work together.
It's basically a primary or endorsement within the thing. No, it's not working.
It's not working. I hate it.
I hate ranked choice voting more than I hate caucuses.
Boo, ranked choice voting.
Yeah.
But I do hate caucuses, and when
everyone vote for Dwayne Davis.
When the DFL had a trifecta, they should have got rid of this. And when Republicans had a lot of power, they should have gotten rid of this. It's pandering to delegates that they don't want to take away.
Gotten rid of what?
They should have done an early primary. They should have done an early primary. We should just do a primary like most every other state.
Yeah.
This is so Bob and Alma out that they get their power by being one of the 6 people that go to a caucus, and it's not the way most states are, and it shouldn't be the way we are.
Yeah. Well, we're waiting for the end of the state fair because there was going to be a big announcement at the end of the state fair, apparently. Right.
Right. Well, So the question on a lot of people's minds in Minnesota politics has been: is Governor Walz going to run for that 3rd term? We've never had a governor win a 3rd term.
Have they tried?
Yeah, well, Governor Pawlenty ran for a 3rd term.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, Perpich did, and so it has been. It's not constitutional. You can serve more than 2 terms, but it's just been effectively the way we've had it. And the question was like, is he going to do something national? Is he going to do what is he going to do? He has said that he will make his decision and announce it shortly after the state fair. So don't expect it on Labor Day. Don't expect it on Monday or Tuesday. But I think that we'll know shortly.
He's going to plow through that bucket of Sweet Martha's cookies, and at the bottom of the bucket is going to be his answer.
I think he was really reflecting while he was singing with the Indigo Girls the other night.
Jeez.
Did you guys see that video?
No. I did not realize he was there. I was at the concert. I was at the concert.
You didn't see him?
No, I
So he's
was
so
sitting
skinny now.
I was sitting far from him, so I did. No, but so because when Peggy came in, there was like this standing
That's
ovation.
Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan.
And we were often there's this thing called the party decks now. Did you?
Oh, no, I haven't been there.
Oh yeah, so there's a west party deck and an east party deck, and so it's standing room only. But you have your own private bathroom.
Oh, say less.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have your own private bathroom and you have beer right there. Like so
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have,
the
you have
vendors
your
are
off
right there.
concession just for that
Wow.
that little area. So it's off to the side. So we were there and then there was this commotion. I'm like, what is that? Then I started getting texts from people like that there was a spontaneous standing ovation when Peggy walked in. That was lovely.
Well deserved.
So, Javier, you have an opportunity to once again inappropriately leak anything.
All right, what do you know? What do you
Yeah,
know?
what do you know?
I don't think he
What do you
runs.
know? I don't think he runs either.
I know nothing. I genuinely know nothing. I think at this point everyone is acting like he is not running, meaning people are jockeying for,
and by people, he means other Democrats.
DFL leaders, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I've noticed that too, right? It was very quiet and nobody would even talk about it. You couldn't.
Yeah.
And now people are
now
openly saying,
everyone's
I don't-
openly, which to me says like the decision's been made.
Yep. Last week, I kind of poo-pooed Senator Amy Klobuchar running, and I was told by a highly placed DFL
That's
operative that it 100% is possible.
Yeah, I heard that as well just today, which is
Samesies.
interesting.
And I think we all heard it from different people.
So
we did all
that'll
hear
be that's going to be a very interesting calculation for the Republicans getting it. Which last week we had Representative Kristen Robbins got in. Obviously Klobuchar puts a whole other.
I just want to say that if Senator Klobuchar runs, I take back everything I've said on this podcast. I'm so sorry. Please don't hurt me.
don't talk about it.
I know.
Pretend like it didn't happen. Who's going to listen to 300 episodes?
Gabe, get rid of the archive.
She will hire someone just to listen.
Hit delete, Gabe.
There will be an intern who's one single job.
Okay, whoever that intern is, I will pay you more.
That's right. That's it.
Whatever she
there are
pays
other,
you, I
there are
will
other
pay you
big
more.
names that we're hearing, and this is going to be seismic. It's going to be a
Now,
lot
I
of
think
ripples.
Congresswoman Angie Craig said she was not getting out of the U.S. Senate. She's running a U.S. Senate race, but she stated she was not getting out of this U.S. Senate race.
She
even
said
if
she's
Governor
in the
did.
race and she's staying in the race.
Yes,
Yeah.
even
Which
if
is
Governor
different than
Walz.
what she has told some other people privately.
Yeah.
But
Right. It's going to be fascinating. Just the game of musical chairs.
A lot of shakeup.
I just
if those big moves,
at least it's not. Remember, there have been two big shakeups. One of them was on my birthday, July 18th. It was the year that at the last minute.
is that when Keith Ellison
yeah.
got in? And
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
but no. There was a prior one when when Lori Swanson first ran. Like because Mike Hatch was running for governor, and then he orchestrated something with Matt Intenza, and
Yeah.
there was the last minute scramble, and then when she decided not to run for governor in 2018,
that was the last day of register. Remember, you could register, and it was like, and Keith was there. Everybody was like,
so damn stressful.
everybody was just watching.
At
the
least we're
Secretary of
getting it
State's
done
office.
early enough. So
maybe.
Thank God, though,
I
because
know.
I have been so bored with Minnesota politics. So at least we can have an exciting year next year.
It's anything but boring.
Yeah, I don't know what politics you're watching. Right now.
If you can't feel the sarcasm, I cannot help
Could
you.
not. I could not.
Can't help you. There isn't.
Couldn't feel it.
There's
Couldn't feel it.
just
Dead inside. Felt nothing. Anyway, it's gonna be super interesting, and it's not like I think Amy just said. It's not just going to impact what Democrats do. It's definitely going to impact which Republicans stay in, which Republicans don't get in, and we kind of need to know. And I don't know. It's like it's an interesting calculation for Governor Walz to make, because if the intent is not going to run for governor so he can focus on running for president, it seems like a dumb thing to do. But
Can I say something that I heard that's a little disturbing about the GOP regarding the governor's race?
sure.
That Scott Jensen isn't very popular with delegates in CD2, and that is alarming to me because that's smart. and I'm a little worried. I don't like it.
No,
I don't like it. I am.
He's from CD2.
Yeah, well,
But like the far west side of it.
Yeah.
Those of us on the east side, we don't really like those guys.
Right.
Dakota versus Scott County. No, I really.
Is Jeff Johnson running again?
Probably.
Okay.
No, he's not.
No.
No.
Well, who knows at this point?
Kendall Qualls is in on the Republican
He's running again.
Scott Jensen,
Kristen
Kristen
Robbins,
Robbins.
Dr.
Those are kind of the
Scott
three.
Jensen. Amy and I have talked to some people who are probably in, but they're probably waiting to see what Walls does.
It's very interesting because we have more Republicans in the governor's race than we do in the U.S. Senate race. There's just nobody in the U.S. Senate race. That one's just like
It's wild.
and it's an open seat.
It's wild.
We have nobody.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Royce White.
Okay.
And then there's the military guy, Aaron Adam.
It's nobody. That's it.
Yeah.
And so we're just like apparently just giving up those seats now. Like apparently it's just whatever.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work there. We gotta focus on one.
Can't fail. Can't fail if you don't try.
Can't raise money for both.
Right, but then the other one has basically just been a redo of 4 years ago with the governor's race, except now with the entrance of Representative Robbins. So we'll see.
So, do we have time for national news? Or we?
I think maybe quickly.
So, how does it feel to be communist now?
Well, if you remember my spank last week, was for Donald Trump. What was it?
I don't remember.
I wasn't on, and I talk to you every day, so I didn't listen.
It was
I was on, but I wasn't listening.
it was a settled. It was a
disassociated.
settled piece of law. My brain just lost it. But anyway, so given more time, I would love to explain to President Trump what free speech is, because now we are talking about criminal penalties for burning the American flag, which is something that I find abhorrent, but is incredibly settled law that is protected political speech. It is not up for debate at this point. Now, you can't burn my American flag, but you can buy your own and do whatever you want with it, and it is protected speech, protected under the First Amendment. It is. It was the Ten Commandments in school. That's right. That's what it was last week. Sorry. This is no different than that. It is First Amendment settled law. Next week, I start teaching at Concordia. I teach this because it is settled law. Protected political speech. And the only thing that's a worse idea than this is the United States owning 10% of Intel. Because that's goddamn ridiculous as well. And
Owning the means of production, man. Okay, comrades.
Yes, protect our core industries.
I'm just saying, why are you proving them right? Because you're doing dumb shit.
I don't think he's not proving us right, because this one threw me for a loop. I was not expecting the Republican Party to be nationalizing industries, but here we are.
It's the upside down world.
We have said for a very long time that Trump was not a Republican.
But
He's not a Republican.
If he's not a Republican, then your party is not your party, because every Republican kisses his ass.
We got
and
problems.
says, yeah.
We got problems. I'll admit, we got problems.
Back to the free speech executive order, the burning the flag executive order. What kills me is the rationale that he keeps throwing out there, that we haven't seen riots like this ever. Like, what? Where are these riots? Also, are you unfamiliar with the summer of 1967? Like,
but also, my frustration is how these things get reported. So he takes on flag burning. He literally, people report his executive orders as if he had the power to do the things that he's saying that he's doing.
they do.
They report it that way.
Article 1 of the Constitution and Article 2.
But just him trying to fire the person who's on the Fed board, he does not have the authority to do that, and we know that because the Supreme Court literally just said it. Yeah. They just said it in another decision about another independent commission investigation. They said they said he could fire the NLRB commissioners, but they specifically gave the example of the Fed as an example of an independent entity that the president could not fire.
They have walled that off.
But what the hell is wrong with our media? Everyone's like, they're reporting as like he fired. He did not fire. No. He is trying to fire, and he should not be successful because the Supreme Court has said he can't.
He can't. It's the same thing with this. He's going to ban flag burning. He can't.
He can't.
He can't. He didn't. He can't.
Yeah, he can't. But he can sure get someone like, I will say I have a friend who thought like they would be bombastic and like, well, you sort of half joking like, oh, maybe this thing will burn a flag. I'm like, you are absolutely not going to do that. But principally because yes, it's protected speech, and in this climate today, like what you're going to do is get someone killed. Because
if you do it, you're an asshole by my way of thinking. But you can do it. I'll defend you.
Everyone. But there were times when one could make a statement about free speech. But I mean, these days, and this is what it's all about. It's just riling people up over non-issues, so that when a random thing happens here or there, there's a justification for violence. I mean, he's taken over D.C. He's going to take over the rest of the country and not have elections next year. That'll be fun.
Well, if you're a Republican, just think, how much do you want to burn the new Minnesota flag? See, you don't want to go to jail for that. All right, let's go to plugs.
Well, you can catch Brian and I every Tuesday on the Bob Sansevier podcast. Brian and me.
Thank you.
Just the two of you.
Oh, you too?
Oh, yeah, the two of them.
We won't do it if you say it right.
They're two different sides of the same coin, these two.
Well,
okay, settle down. That's a little much.
You say it your way, and we'll say it correctly.
The grammar Gestapo.
I know.
Wow.
Anyway, Tuesday's Bob Sansevier. Javier and me already.
And I are going to be at the fair tomorrow.
Going to be at the fair
in a low stakes debate.
Nope, but high energy. Low stakes, but high energy.
Yeah.
And then also on Friday, I will be at the fair at the WCCO radio. I guess it's like a front porch, right? The front porch at 7. I don't know. Come early in the morning, have breakfast, and sit by the porch. That is with Vanita. So looking forward to that on Friday morning, 7 o'clock.
You should ask her why I'm only on her show when it's Hauser. She should have me on her show.
Okay.
Bring that up.
Yeah, that's an important thing for you to bring up.
It's very important to me.
I am tonight hosting The Moth. Theme is lies. In just a little bit. It's stories start at 7:30.
Ooh, you gotta get
That's
moving.
his first lie. It starts at 9.
Believe it. No, believe it. They have a few tickets, but you have to get there right at 6:30. So if you're listening live and want to go now, go do that. But I'll be hosting the Grand Slam in October.
Parkway?
At the Parkway. The Parkway.
Sometimes it's at Amsterdam.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Allison, anything? Or are you a regular person again?
I'm a regular person, but I will, because it's the State Fair week, and some people may listen to this and still be going to the fair, to put in a plug for the Youth in Government Center for Youth Voice booth in the Education Building, where it is staffed completely. Well, by some adults that are chaperoning, but by 2 young people who are involved in youth and government.
And you might get to meet James Farnsworth, who was on the podcast last week.
Who is a now podcasting star. But, so I've been there a few times with kids who are talking to other kids. There's a Pat Murphy, the most important man in the state of Minnesota, our chief clerk of the Minnesota House, put together a youth opinion survey where they took a bunch of bills that were passed, and then he actually made like a ballot. And so then the youth are taking the survey and voting on certain issues. He collects them and then shares them with the legislature. It's really cool. And if you have a young person, age 8th grade to 12th, stop by the Center for Youth Voice booth.
I have a very important plug for the State Fair as well. The raspberry beer sherbet. It is freaking delicious.
It's sherbet, and it's raspberry beer.
It's it's over by the Blue Barn area. It's the same. But it's not the Blue Barn place. It's the same place where you get the sangria beer with the topper.
Oh, okay.
Like right by that
Got it.
the band shell there.
Yes.
Why can't things just be one thing? Everything's got to be. Everyone's trying.
You will change your mind when you have the sherbet. Ice cream. It's just
Raspberry
freaking
beer
delicious.
All right.
I mean, you probably shouldn't be, the sugar and all, but
Well,
Sherbet is low.
But sherbet
is low stakes, isn't it? Isn't it low stakes ice
Sherbet's
cream?
low stakes. Doesn't have a lot of dairy. So
It's low stakes ice
He's
cream.
also
I'm a man-
Twin Cities sugar.
I'm a man of a certain age. Yeah, these things just gotta watch them. All right, let's go to Spanks and things.
Get moving. So
Yep.
I'll just go. I don't have, and these kind of shows, it's very hard. I don't have a spank. I just don't have it in me. I don't feel it. I will say thank you, and I'm going to thank the first responders today who showed up quickly. And a couple things. One, they showed up and they actually had overwhelming support from not just Minneapolis, Richfield, but many surrounding jurisdictions that came forward and offered help. So much so that they had to sort of say, okay, no, we got to clear this away. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I also heard that law enforcement and others had brought dogs, and so that the dogs could be available for the kids as they were leaving the reunification center while they were there, in case they just needed some time to pet and love on dogs, which we don't deserve. And so in the darkness, I always try to find some bits of light, and you all were the light. So thank you.
You go. I also want to thank the first responders. I also don't have a spank because it doesn't. I'm
This
just
isn't-
not in the
we can
mood to be
share.
negative. The first responders and also just the city of Minneapolis staff who have been through so much over the last 5 years. And again, today we were doing crisis response and making sure that and unfortunately we've gotten pretty good at the call tree of who needs to be notified and when and what. Nothing is perfect and there have been some pretty big egregious mistakes, but it's just constant trauma and chaos for staff and for the electeds too. And it's been a really painful 5 years, and I just want to thank them all for showing up to work every day. Secondly, I would like to thank Travis Kelsey for giving one Taylor Allison Swift the most beautiful and well-deserved proposal that we have ever seen. It was of the caliber that she deserves. And I am so happy because she and I are the same age. We have grown up together. We both had grandma's name, Marjorie, that she wrote a gorgeous song about. And it has been so wonderful to see them love each other out loud, the positivity that they bring to each other's lives. There's no hiding it, the support. It's just been, as a diehard Swiftie, it's been super, super fun. And it's a really healthy relationship that young girls are seeing. And that is important. And the ring is perfect. So everything is awesome with that, and I appreciate
Perfect.
That's and I appreciate it. That's all.
I'm going to take a cue from the two of you and just thank the Minnesota State Fair.
Yeah.
Price is too high this year.
It is too
However,
Also, yeah.
it really,
And
it
we don't
truly
know
is.
who's on your board or how they got there.
How they got there, it's a little weird, but it really is. It truly is the great Minnesota get together. I just love it so much. I will never forget the first time I heard about the state fair is when we first moved to Minnesota, and we were at the gay bar, and I was like, "What the hell is this place that the homosexuals talk about going to a state fair?" And then I went to a state fair, and I'm like, "Oh, I see. It's magical."
It's a thing.
So I'm a big fan. I will be there tomorrow for the debate and be there again on Friday for a fun day with friends. And I just freaking love the fair. So thank you, Minnesota, for putting it on every year.
All right, and I will be very brief. So my spank is going to be to people who protest outside of people's houses. In the Star Tribune this week, Sarah Clark, who's the wife of Mayor Jacob Fry, wrote a commentary saying, "Feel free to disagree with my husband. Just don't protest outside our house. You probably have the right to do that in a lot of ways, but with everything that's going on, it is dangerous, and you shouldn't do it, no matter who the candidate is or what you believe they have done."
Yeah,
and then
stop that.
Then my thank. My thank is going to be to the CEO of Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel, which there's one in the state of Minnesota. It's in Lakeville. I've been to it.
No, I think there's one in Albertville.
Oh, is there still? Well,
Yep.
I
Lakeville, right?
Lakeville for sure. There's one in Lakeville. There's one by my house in Lakeville. They did a rebrand.
Maybe it closed down. Sorry. Not the point.
Yeah, not the point. Anyway, they went through a rebrand, which some people said was woke. It mostly was just boring, and it was done so poorly. But then they reversed the decision, and they're going to bring back the old Cracker Barrel logo and all of that. And I think that the person, and this ties in with Allison, I think that the person who is most happy about Taylor Swift getting engaged is the CEO of Cracker Barrel, because now we're done talking about Cracker Barrel, and the Coldplay CEO was just wishing that this could have happened a month ago. So with that, I am Republican strategist and Twin City Sugar, Brian McDaniel.
I am low stakes debater, Amy Koch.
I am also the State Fair's biggest fan, which is status. But Allison Nessie.
And I am the other low-stakes debater, Javier Murillo.
And we are
Wrong about everything.
everything.
Take us away, Gabe.